Good morning. Welcome to the UIC College of Pharmacy Commencement. Graduates, please rise. At this time, I would like to request that the platform party and faculty please come forward. Graduates, please remain standing. Others, please stand as you are able. Dr. Deborah Agard, Assistant Dean, will now lead us in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Dr. Agard.
What so proudly we hailed
Graduates and guests, please be seated. My name is Tom Tenhove. I'm the Associate Dean for Student Affairs, and it's a great honor for me to serve as the MC for today's commencement ceremony. In consideration for the graduates and others around you, I would request that you please silence any of your cell phones or other devices that could make obnoxious noises. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the Dean of the College of Pharmacy, Dr. Glenn Sumac.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. If you don't mind, I'm not going to wear that silly hat they gave me. Graduates, would you mind standing? I'm going to ask you to stand a lot this morning. If you turn and face your parents or family members, thank you all for being here. I'm sure your graduates would like to thank you for all your support over the last 4 years, and to your significant others who you ignored when you were studying for PDATs or MedChem. Thank you. Thanks to everybody for being here this morning. You can sit. I'd like to introduce a few people to the audience. First, I'd like our golden graduates to stand. We have our golden graduates in the back of the students and also a few on the stage here. The golden graduates, thank you. Yes. These individuals graduated from this College of Pharmacy in 1968, 50 years ago. And we've invited them this morning so that we can both celebrate their accomplishments and also so that they can serve as role models to our soon-to-be graduates. So golden graduates, we salute you and thank you for being here. I'm now going to introduce the platform party, the people behind me, and I'm going to start with those who contribute most to the education of our students, our faculty. So if the faculty could please stand as you're called by department. The faculty of the Department of Biopharmaceutical Sciences and their head, Deborah Tonetti. Thank you. The faculty of the Department of Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy and their head, Judy Bolton. The faculty of the Department of Pharmacy Practice, their head, Jen Ingalls, not available to attend. And last but not least, the faculty of the Department of Pharmacy Systems, Outcomes, and Policy, and their head, Todd Lee. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce some of the administrators of the College of Pharmacy. So again, please stand as you're called. Kevin Rinn, Vice Dean of our regional campus. Marika Shane, Vice Dean and Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Claire Always, Associate Dean for Diversity Affairs and Inclusion. Andrew Donnelly, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs. Nick Popovich, Dean for Professional Development, who's also a Golden grad. Dale Rush, Associate Dean for Administrative Affairs. Tom Tenhove, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. And Simon Picard, Director of Graduate Education. Now let me introduce the university and campus administrators that we have with us this morning. Tim Killeen, President of the University System. Michael Amiridis, Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Robert Barish, Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs. And Jonathan Art, Associate Dean of the Graduate College. Finally, I'd like to introduce our commencement speaker, Henry Manasi. Henry is Dean Emeritus and Professor and also a Golden grad. It's now my privilege to welcome to the podium the 20th President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Tim Killeen. When he took office in 2015, Dr. Killeen brought more than 3 decades of experience as a teacher, researcher, administrator in public higher education and in top leadership positions with national scientific research agencies. Dr. Killeen is committed to continuing the University of Illinois system's rise as a global leader through academic programs that transform students' lives and pioneering innovation that drives progress and economic growth. Please join me in welcoming the President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Tim Killeen.
It is truly my honor to congratulate the class of 2018 on behalf of all of us in the University of Illinois system. What a special day it is, a day that you are always going to remember and a day that will quite literally change your tomorrows forever. The talents that you have nurtured here at UIC have unlocked the door to the future that you imagined that you could have when you came to us. Today you walk through that door and into a lifetime of tomorrows brimming with the promise of happiness and achievement thanks to the invaluable lessons you learned here. Keep UIC in your heart. You learned them in our classrooms from faculty whose brilliant scholarship is matched only by their unwavering commitment to you, the students, and your success. Our wonderful faculty are the very heart of the U of I system standing as a world leader in higher education and the essential reason that you entrusted us to guide you on your career journey. So please join me in thanking them again, our faculty, for everything they have done for each of you and for the collective good of our university system, our state, our nation, and the world. You've also learned important life lessons outside the classroom by joining student organizations, navigating life on your own, maybe for the first time, and through interactions with a diverse student body that has broadened your understanding of the world that now awaits you. The lessons each of you have learned are a custom fit to you, tailored by your career path, your interests, your passion, and your circle of friends. But there's also a common denominator that I want to mention, a lesson that we trust that every single graduate takes away with them from here, no matter their field of study or even which one of our three great universities they call home. And it's woven into everything we do and rooted in the core principles that define the University of Illinois system and what it stands for. Those bedrock values that have been our North Star from the very beginning, the common denominator that is our moral compass on fundamental matters such as right and wrong, truth, equity, justice, opportunity, and inclusion. Those are the values that have helped chart our path here since the beginning to a place among the world's most respected university systems, guided by the advice of one Abraham Lincoln, who said, "Important principles may and must be inflexible." So remember that as you move forward. We revisited some of these principles again just a few months ago, developing some principles that reaffirm where we stand on the recent hot-button national issues such as free speech, globalization, immigration, and civic engagement. And you pharmacists are deeply into civic engagement. So now we hope that you will take these principles with you as you head through the door. Lead with the integrity that your time here has instilled, UIC integrity. Speak up and speak out for fairness, for equality, and for open and respectful and productive debate of divergent ideas. Please go with pride and with confidence. You're following in the footsteps of more than 720,000 U of I system alumni who are already sharing those values to make a difference in their communities and at every level of society. Please hold tightly to the values that you learned here as the touchstone you turn to again and again to help the world a better place, even at difficult times with problematic issues. In the words of Victor Hugo, a 19th century author still regarded as one of France's greatest writers, change your opinions, keep to your principles, change your leaves, but keep intact your roots. So now it's your time. Go forth, make it happen, and I have no doubt that you will make us all proud. Enjoy today's celebration. Be sure to thank the family, friends, supporters who have helped you along the way. Their contributions to your success are immeasurable, as you all know, and they will and must share the pride and the credit with you on this special day. My congratulations again to the class of 2018. We are so proud of you. We love you. Come back often. We look forward to hearing about the countless achievements in your lives yet to come.
Thank you, President Killeen. I now have the distinct honor of reintroducing Michel Amiridis, Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Michel Amiridis became the 9th Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago in March 2015. During his tenure, UIC established clear priorities for its future. It surpassed 30,000 students for the first time in its history, and it began an ambitious new phase of construction of much-needed facilities. And I might just pause here and mention that the new College of Pharmacy building in Chicago is #1 on his list. Yes. Thank you. He has strengthened the university's relationship with the city of Chicago and engaged in an effort to bring greater national and international visibility to UIC. With a background in chemical engineering, Chancellor Amiridis holds degrees from Aristotle University of Thessaloniki and the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And I had to practice Thessaloniki quite a few times. Please welcome Chancellor Amiridis.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Illinois at Chicago Spring Commencement Ceremonies. For those of you visiting us today, I know that this ceremony can be intimidating. We wear black robes. Well, the deans always have to look different, so they wear red robes. We appear to be very serious in our posture. You don't know exactly what to expect, and you are quiet and reserved as our guests. But you know, this is a celebration, so don't worry about being reserved from here on. This is your opportunity to show to our graduates how proud you are of them. It's your opportunity to clap, shout, scream, make a lot of noise as you demonstrate your intense emotions. Our graduates want you to do this, and they deserve to feel this building shaking as I say, congratulations, class of 2018. This is what I mean. And by the way, yes, the College of Pharmacy is at the top of the list. I don't know about the escalators within the College of Pharmacy. That's something that we have to deal with. That's an inside joke, by the way. Families, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandparents, spouses, partners, children, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, friends, whoever you are, and you are here for our graduates today, thank you. Thank you for raising your voices. Thank you for being here today. And thank you for everything that you have done to support our students. Graduates, you waved at them. Now this is your opportunity to show them how you feel. Thank you. I also want to follow Professor Killeen's, President Killeen's examples and thank your professors and mentors and advisors. I want to thank the UIC staff members, the ones that help you climb over mountains of papers and walk across long valleys of lectures and exams when you couldn't even see the other side. In fact, in many cases, you were not expected to see the other side. A big thank you to them as well. I want to help me thank the faculty and your mentors. And please make sure before you leave today to congratulate and thank at the same time the person next to you. Because we all know that you reached this day together with your classmates, your lab mates, your study groups. In the case of the undergraduates, it's the resident hall groups and all the other students who help you by working with you, keeping each other awake before exams and sometimes during lectures, and keeping our coffee shops in business. You're all here today as one. Well done. I'm in this same building now, a month after I had the opportunity to welcome over 3,000 prospective freshmen and family members, a part of the undergraduate class of 2022. And as I was trying to recruit them, I promised them that if they join us at UIC, we will educate them to be excellent citizens and prepare them to be top-notch professionals. I can promise this because I'm confident that this is what you, our 2018 graduates, have received during your academic journey here. What does it mean to be a top-notch professional in the knowledge-based economy of the 21st century? Does it simply mean knowing the facts? Well, are then Siri and Alexa top-notch professionals? For sure they know the facts, but can they distinguish between real and what we by now call alternative facts? Of course not. A contributor to the knowledge-based economy knows more than just how to use Google. You know how to critically analyze and use information, and you understand what is relevant to, applicable in, and impactful on your professional decisions and overall career. You use this information to solve problems. And as important as knowledge is your appreciation and experience of working in teams, sometimes just participating, and sometimes leading the team, your understanding and appreciation of diverse perspectives, which always lead you to more rich solutions, and your understanding and appreciation of continuous learning. And finally, you cannot have lasting success without an ethical foundation. And through our professional ethics training, but also through the UIC Code of Conduct, we have reinforced the importance of core ethical principles. Producing and analyzing information, applying it to solve problems, working in teams, continuously learning and building on a foundation of core values. I'm confident we have given you what you need to succeed in your professional lives. I'm also confident that we have prepared you to be excellent citizens. And we do this because we have a strong self-interest. After all, democracies are only as good as their citizens are. This university and the faculty sitting behind me have shown you by example what community engagement means and how you can be an active participant improving the lives of others around you. We have offered you in practice every day a global perspective. Just look around you today in this building and you will see people from all over the world. You may even find somebody with a funny Greek accent like mine. We have taught you how to be inclusive and to respect others. And we have taught you not to be afraid of other cultures and not to be stuck on labels. And finally, we have shown you, especially in the health sciences, how to be compassionate and help those who have fallen in hard times and need your support. Locally engaged, globally aware, inclusive and compassionate, and once again, building on a foundation of core ethical principles. I'm also confident we have given you what you need to be excellent citizens. You are ready. You are ready to face the challenges and the changes of this century. You are ready to rally behind important causes and make your voices heard. You are ready to tear down walls and build bridges instead. You are ready to be at the forefront and to define the future. After all, this is the tradition and the legacy of the UIC graduates. Congratulations, class of 2018, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Chancellor Amiridis. I'd now like to recognize the class valedictorian. This is a student in the PharmD graduating class with the highest GPA. This year we have one graduate who achieved a perfect 4.0 in all PharmD courses, and that's not easy to do. Would the 2018 PharmD class valedictorian, Samantha Odomeyer, please stand? Congratulations. Thank you. The mission of this College of Pharmacy is to produce leaders in pharmacy. So just as we value recognizing academic excellence, we also believe that service and leadership need to be recognized as well. So both PharmD and graduate students, if you've served as an officer or have had a leadership role while as a student in the college or received an award for service or leadership from UIC or an external organization, please rise so that we can congratulate you as well. Thank you. So it's now my pleasure to introduce Henry Manasi, who will be our commencement speaker. I've already mentioned Henry's name as one of our golden graduates. Like his classmates who are here, he graduated from this College of Pharmacy in 1968. Also, like his classmates, he went on to have a stellar career. In fact, I think few people would argue with me that Henry is the most well-known and respected leader in the profession of pharmacy today, and not just in the U.S., but across the world. I'm not going to read his bio sketch, that's in your program, but just a few highlights. Dr. Manasi was a faculty member here at the UIC College of Pharmacy from 1974 to 1993, and in 1981, he was named the 8th Dean of the College of Pharmacy. In 1993, he left to become the Vice President for Health Sciences at the University of Iowa. After that, he went on to be Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, a position that he held from 1997 to 2011. Throughout his career, Dr. Manasi made monumental contributions to the way we educate pharmacists and how pharmacists practice patient care services. For this, he's received numerous awards and recognitions, most notably the prestigious Harvey A.K. Whitney Lecture Award and the Donald E. Franke Medal from the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, and the Joseph A. Otis Award from the International Pharmaceutical Federation. He's one of very few pharmacists inducted into the National Academy of Sciences, or formerly the Institute of Medicine, and he has received honorary doctoral degrees from 7 different universities. Since his retirement, Henry has continued to volunteer at the College of Pharmacy as professor and dean emeritus, and I know some of you have worked with him. I'm so pleased to welcome him to the podium now to address our commencement speech. Thank you.
President Killeen, Chancellor Amiridis, Dean Sumac, Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, Barish, other dignitaries on the platform party, colleagues on the College of Pharmacy faculty, students, my colleagues in the Golden Graduates class of 1968, guests, spouses, significant others, and parents of the class of 2018. Good morning. What a great day for celebration. Dean Sumac, I want a special thank you for inviting me to present this year's commencement address. I'm humbled, and it's a very special honor and a privilege for me to be part of honoring the class of 2018. It's Doctor of Pharmacy, Master of Science, and Doctor of Philosophy graduates. And with great humility and fondness, I have to admit that I am part of the class of 1968, the Golden Graduates, as we've been designated. In fact, in chatting with several of them this morning, we concluded that we have been friends for 54 years. It's a very special thing to me to be part of connecting the 50-year legacy class of 1968 and its many fine professionals to the future vision of the members of the graduating class of 2018. We will connect. This morning, I also want to do a shout out in commemoration of National Nurses Week in the spirit of interprofessional collaboration and my almost 50-year marriage to a nurse. Arlene and I met actually in January of 1967. Unknowingly, she became part of the class of 1968. And as we celebrate our almost 50 years together, we fondly recollect the fact that we met in a microbiology class that the College of Medicine decided for only one time to do microbiology for nursing and pharmacy together. It was a huge disaster, but I had a wonderful opportunity to meet a fabulous woman, and as I said, we're about to celebrate our 50th anniversary. So, Chancellor Amiridis, we need to include the fact that UIC is a wonderful ground for meeting spouses. Arlene is a graduate of the College of Nursing in the class of 1969, and she later did her Master's of Public Health in Child and Maternal Health and graduated in 1989 while raising our 2 children. She also received credentials as an advanced practice nurse in pediatrics at the Rush Schools of Medicine and Nursing. So, honey, congratulations. Now I'm supposed to be serious for a couple minutes. And I'd like to perhaps begin that seriousness with a question to each of you in the class of 2018. And I'd like to pose that question as you contemplate your next steps after graduation. And that question is, where will you serve? Where will you serve? This was a question recently posed in a story in a Loyola University alumni magazine with the additional byline, where will you serve? The call to be men and women for others. The call to be of service, men and women for others. The story went on to profile several Loyola alums who have taken positions around the world in various areas of service. As I read about these gifted men and women in service to others, I thought the applicability of this very fundamental question to the class of 2018. Service is at the root and heart of what it means to be a professional person in a time-honored, socially and legally respected profession such as pharmacy. Each of you are given a very special privilege to do for others what they cannot do for themselves. You're given social privilege for doing things that others who are not credentialed like you are cannot do. You are called to hold in your hands, so to speak, every patient who seeks out your services and to whom you provide services. You hold in your hands people taking dangerous chemicals and biological agents, and only you know what they do. And those of you being awarded the Master of Science and the Doctor of Philosophy degree, you have a similar calling for service that's founded in the advancement of knowledge and discovery and in improving the world's future with that knowledge. For those of you who have sat through my lectures or attended my seminars over the years, you know that I spend a fair amount of time discussing the traits that make a profession and how these traits differentiate professions from other occupations, sort of a sociological analysis. The notions of a unique body of knowledge, ethics, service, legal authority, social covenant, self-regulation, and autonomy loom large in these characteristics. Taken together, being a professional and being a member of a profession places a profound duty on you to serve. When you receive your degree today, it will mark the official act of the university to transfer that duty of service directly to you. The next opportunity to vet you for service will be the NAPLEX, the National Pharmacist Licensure Exam. As each of you begin to define how service will become part of your professional life, an embodiment of your spirit, I would suggest that you add a couple of points to your thinking. First, how will you embrace the biological and genetic revolution that we're undergoing today in the understanding and treatment of disease and drug action, drug safety, and drug efficacy. How will you foster this understanding in your practice? We will likely get to a point in time where an individual's genetic map will dictate the drug to be used and the dose at which it should be administered on a person-by-person basis. That has been called nationally the Personalized Medicine Initiative. There will be ethical challenges, I assure you, and there will be financial challenges regarding access, affordability, and sustainability. But the reality will likely be that genetic determinants and characteristics will play a crucial role in the services that you provide to others, including your colleagues in the profession of medicine and nursing. Secondly, must we as individuals and as a professional body collectively do to expand our autonomy in our decision-making on behalf of the patient? Every day you will be involved in real-time decision-making only to be held up by some constrictive regulatory or policy element that is tied to getting permission, usually from the prescribing physician and other prescribers. Autonomy and its degree and kind is an essential element of being a professional. Getting permission runs contrary to pharmacists' capacity to rely on their knowledge, their skills, and understanding of clinical practice norms and scientific theory and evidence to make decisions always in the best interest of the patients in real time. And lastly, I would suggest that in addition to the word responsibility for patient care, we add the word accountability for patient care. You simply cannot be responsible without also being accountable. That is certainly true in a legal sense, but it's also true and relevant in a professional sense. Therapeutic decision-making and the management of the patient using complex chemical and biological agents demands an accountability on the part of the pharmacist. We need to be prepared to belly up, to be clear to society that we serve, that we will be accountable, and that our accountability will make a difference in the health status of our patients. Class of 2018, that is what your UIC education over these past years has prepared you to do. So I've asked you to embrace the biological revolution, work toward greater autonomy in scientific and professional decision-making, and to be accountable for the work that we do for the society. As you contemplate these matters, I would additionally ask you to be risk takers on behalf of our profession, to be appropriately disruptive in seeking the changes we need in our profession, and to continuously refine, enhance, and innovate in your practice, your science, and your life. I know my colleagues in the Golden Graduates Class of 1968 would be honored by your advancements of our profession and pharmaceutical sciences. And we would mark with great pride the application of the scientific and practice skills you've learned to move us to new and more effective ways of serving, thinking, and working. Today, the university lets you go. It sets you off to find your space in society. Yes, you still have to take the NAPLEX, and you still have to be issued a license for practice by the people of the state of Illinois. But as you leave UIC, I'd ask you to practice at the level of your education and training, not only to the level of your license. That will need some mitigation of the tensions that normally arise between what you have learned and what you will actually do in practice. Creatively use that tension as a catalyst for change. Society needs you to do this for them so that you can serve most effectively. But in all of this, be true to yourself. Listen to your heart and your soul, and be of service to others. And heed the words of William Shakespeare, who quotes, "This above all, to your own self be true, and it shall follow you as the night does the day. You then cannot be false to any man. Congratulations to you all, and Godspeed in all of your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manasi. I would now like to ask Dean Sumac and President Killeen to come forward for the conferral of degrees.
President Killeen, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present the following candidates for degrees of Doctor of Pharmacy, Doctor of Philosophy, and Master of Science. Doctor of Pharmacy, Doctor of Philosophy, and Master of Science. Candidates, please rise.
Upon these recommendations, and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy, Doctor of Philosophy, and Master of Science for which you have been presented, and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of those degrees. Congratulations.
You may be seated. A tradition we have to present and honor our graduates is a symbolic placing of the academic hood onto them to signify their success in completing their respective scholarly programs. We call this hooding. Dr. Simon Picard, Director of Graduate Education, will present the Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Science degree graduates. Mr. Dan DeCesar and Mr. Ken Smith, Directors of Student Affairs, will present the Doctor of Pharmacy graduates. Today we will begin with the graduate degree candidates. Dr. Picard.
Good morning, everyone. Today we'll begin with the recognition of students receiving the Doctor of Pharmacy and the Master of Science degrees. Graduate students are typically hooded by their major professors. A major professor is a faculty member who's provided guidance throughout the years of their degree and helped to conduct their research and prepare their dissertation. Graduates, please come forward when your name is called. While they're getting ready, I'll just note that I found that one benefit of having an egg-shaped head where you're bald is that your hat stays on well, in contrast with Dr. Sumac, who has that awesome hair, even Dr. Manasi. All right, Joelle Sachs, being awarded the degree of PhD in the Biopharmaceutical Sciences program, her mentor, Professor Barbolina. Beanish Manzur, being awarded the degree of PhD in the program of Pharmacy Systems Outcomes and Policy by her mentor, Professor Nucescu. Patrick Zuger, being awarded PhD in the Department of Pharmacy Systems, Outcomes, and Policy, hooded by Professor Lee. Emily Pierce, receiving the degree of PhD from the Department of Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, being hooded by her mentor, Professor Greg Thatcher. James Marks, being awarded the degree of PhD by Professors Vasquez and Mankin. I'll get you two to stay because we've got a couple more. There's also Cezanne Maidan. They're getting a PhD in medicinal chemistry and pharmacognosy. And Subalakshmi Karthikeyan, being awarded the degree of PhD, being hooded by Dr. Vasquez and Dr. Mencken. Maryam Mohammed, receiving the Master's of Science in the Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, being hooded by Professor Estachio. Chris Radford, receiving the Master's of Science in Forensic Science, being hooded by Professor Carl Larson. Casey Turney, receiving the Master's of Science in Forensic Sciences, hooded again by Professor Larson. Danielle May, receiving the PhD in Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, hooded by his mentor, Professor Orhala. Benjamin Richardson, receiving his PhD in Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy. His mentor is Professor Terry Moore, but he'll be hooded by his father, Dr. Fred Richardson, Jr. Now, like father, like son, it's a beautiful thing. Soo Hyun Lee, PhD in Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, being hooded by Professor Greg Thatcher. Dilari Jawardena, the degree of PhD, being hooded by Professor Hyatt Unyuxel. Vanessa Nepomuceno, PhD in Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, being hooded by Professor Brian Murphy. Rhea Boye, degree in PhD in Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, being hooded by Professor Doug Thomas. And last but not least, Thomas Speltz, PhD in Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacognosy, being hooded by Professor Terry Moore. And last but not least, healing song being hooded by Professor John Nittis with a degree in biopharmaceutical sciences. Congratulations to all the graduates in our graduate program.
We will now proceed with the recognition of our Doctor of Pharmacy graduates, Mr. DeCesar and Mr. Smith.
Good morning. Hooding our Doctor of Pharmacy graduates today will be Dr. Paul Pluta, recipient of this year's Golden Apple Award, and Dr. Mike Kornikowski, recipient of the UIC Preceptor of the Year Award. The Golden Apple is, in essence, the class of 2018's Teacher of the Year Award, and the Preceptor is a professional who serves as both a role model, mentor to the students during their experiential components of the curriculum. In addition, some of our graduates will be hooded by guest hooders.
We are pleased to present the graduating class of 2018. Graduates, please come forward when your name is called. Nibolisa John Paul Agu Posi. Rafi Ahmed. Cynthia Ajo Male. Rumsha Ali. Anila Aliyah. Ali Alobadi. Yazid Al-Sawada. Reem Al-Sultan. Andrew Anastasia. Jory Angel Larry. Adrian Aranda. Megan Cindy Asher. Asma Adher. Laura E. Yento. Elnaz Azim Zadeh. Danielle Halen Bay. Ann Rowe Baldwin. Sarah P. Bande. Busola Rahima Bawala.
Sean Byrne. Daniel Robert Benedict. Kyle Vernon Bergstrom. Lorena Berrios Caldero. Paula Belnitska. Aisha Abda Kalder Buadalawi. Erin Budress. Erin will be hooded by her father, William Budress, a BS Pharm graduate 1977. Peyton Cecilia Burke. Kenneth B. Kapulang. Peter Alex Carrizales. Francisco Salvador Castaneda. Kevin Paul Castello. Joanne Jeong Cha. Hadel Chowdhury. Tanya Chowdhury. Melissa Chung. Christina Chen. Cyrus Tai Ong Chung. Evelina Choma. Diana Suming Chung.
Christina Lee Sizlicki. Peter Drew Clark. Cassandra Rose Claremont. Alexander Coles. Lauren Elizabeth Cunningham. Egla Darksight. Ryan DiGiovanni. Julie Doe. Gazelle Dumas-Gan. Olayinka Fado Wale. Ionas Fondas. Kathy Gajar. Marilyn Sharon Gasky. Gorgana Gogeva. Yoti Kaur Gill. Grace Go. Patricia Jane Green. Did I miss one? Sarah Gubala. Ryan Lee Hart. You got him?
Thomas Jinchi. Daniel Haywood. Jenny Lee Herrera. Dave Hong. Saren Homsi. Thomas Hopkins. Benjamin Moy Hung. Carlos Efrahin Jaragarate. Michel Jung. Joan Sujong Jin. Xing Jin. Jin Hee Zhou. Jabin Joseph. Jelvin Joseph. Melvin Joseph. Dahe Jun. Paulina Keczmarczyk. Manar M. Kandil. Rachel Kapadia. Miriam Kasbor. Atia Khan. Noor Kudera. Noor will be hooded by her aunt, Zahara Kudera, a PharmD graduate of 2002.
Jessica Kai Key. Rachel Jung Min Kim. Justina Kim. Nicholas Kim. Sangwon Kim. Timothy Kim. Dovidas Prolis. Ryan Kurlock. Jonathan Kai. Myren Luban. Abraham Labaran. C. Ling Lam. Jarrett Lang. Amy Lee. David Lee. Hannah Lee. Jane Lee. Jennifer Lee. John Leschinski.
Angelique Marie Lintz. Chelsea Noel Lopez. Trevor Thomas Lumen. Andrew J. Musaitis. Chloe Jane Makowski. Johannes Manolopoulos. Stephanie Martinez. Andrew McCartney. Darina McD. Stephen Daniel Menikoff. Yu Miao. Emmanuel Mikhail. Abir Monet. Annie Mo. Brian Montalbano. Isaac Morales. Matthew Brown Moritz. Shane Murphy. Benjamin James Nagy. Jeremy John Nielsen.
Fong Nguyen. Jacqueline Elise Neeson. Guadaluca Numbo. William Patrick O'Grady. David Singh Hee Young O. Bolu Oludini. Zanib Ola Worla. Samantha Nicole Ottomeyer. Yu Xin Oh. Claire Mina Park. Young J. Chris Park. Rushik Patel. Alan Fat Pham. He will be hooded by his cousin, Christopher Dow, a Pharm.B graduate, 2016. Tu Ying Mong Pham. Levi Corel Canete Pilones. Ellen Marie Pauley. Patrick Prunty. April Rebecca Crawless. Therese Quijano. Mike Kumsia.
Rawan Khalid Rambo. Victoria Ramos. Nisa Rutani. Anicia de Jesus Rittaker. Mirna Luz Rivas. Elliot Saul Rock. Patrick John Romano. Darby Rosenfeld. Nilu Rohani. Koratulan Sabir. Roshan Satter. Aisha Sadir. Paulina Sambor. Lawrence Glenn Sanchez. Veronica Sasnovaskaya. Dario Savic. Drazen Savic. Anastasia Marie Shishkov. Camila Elizabeth Sabilla. Natia Ann Simon.
Annie C2. Michael Sotilo. Jennifer Soto. Brandon Spence. Edward Stoya. Mara Sullivan. Anna Suvawa. Helen Swice. She will be hooded by her sister, Karen Swice, a UIC faculty and pharmacy graduate 2005. Jamie Cal Langara Thomas. Nicholas Christopher Tremos. Sarah Tronbor. Benito Valdepinas. John Benito T. Valdepinas. Carissa Christina Valdez.
Elise Catherine Vesely. Amin A. Varani. Yiling Wang. Jamie Ann Weiland. Sarah Ann West. Samantha Wheeler. Jeremy Warren Wilson. Nicholas Cornelius Wright Hart. Magellan Yado. Anthony Yao. Vladimirov Yurikov. Zibin Zhang. Cindy Zhao. Lucy Zhang. And Aziz Zaini.
I'd now like to ask President Killeen, Chancellor Amiridis, and Dean Sumac to remain, and ask that Amanda Vetrano come forward at this time, sister of Lauren Vetrano.
I am now honored to acknowledge a degree awarded posthumously to Lauren Vetrano, a student who earned a Doctor of Pharmacy degree. Lauren's sister, Amanda, will be accepting her hood.
I now call upon Dr. Connie Kaspersak, one of our Golden graduates, to administer the oath of a pharmacist to our graduating professional students. Dr. Kaspersak.
Thank you. The oath of a pharmacist. It's a commitment to remain a competent practitioner and to be a caring health professional. I challenge you to live this pledge to advance the good in our profession and society at large. Doctor of Pharmacy graduates, please rise and join me in reciting the oath of a pharmacist. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy in fulfilling this vow. I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concern. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with a full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations and best wishes. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Kazberzak. Thank you to all the faculty, administrators that are here. I think we got to get a little louder, though. This seems too quiet for me. Can we have one more round of applause for the graduates? All right. Congratulations, everybody. We just have a little bit more. I know I'm standing between you and a bottle of champagne, unless anyone has one now that we want to pop open, because I'd be into that. I just want to tell the students, as I did last night, that as a new dean, this class means a lot to me. I won't forget you. I started only 4 months ago. The audience probably doesn't know that, but I had the pleasure of teaching these students, even some of the graduate students, as a longtime faculty member here. And just an honor and a privilege for me to be able to do this for the first time as dean with this group of students. So thank you for letting me do that. Just have a few closing remarks. I'd like to start with our master's and graduate students, because a lot of the ceremony is about our PhDs or PharmD students. But I'd like to ask the PhDs, masters, and graduate students to stand, if you wouldn't mind, and we can congratulate them one more time. And if you'd remain standing for a second. So, audience, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about these individuals. These are new PhDs in medicinal chemistry, pharmacognosy, and biopharmaceutical sciences. These are the future inventors of new drugs. These are the researchers who will discover new ways to deliver medications, and these are scientists who will identify new drugs from plants. Also in this group are PhDs in pharmacy systems, outcomes, and policy. And these graduates will help us understand the balance between costs and benefits of medications, and also help us explore new ways to deliver pharmacy services. And last but not least, amongst these individuals are graduates from our forensic science program. If you've ever watched the TV show CSI, you know what they will do. Their work with drug and specimen testing will help solve crimes, hopefully none that I commit, and make our world safer. These master's and PhD graduates have completed a long journey, in some cases 5 or more years, on top of their bachelor's degrees. Some even have completed a PharmD degree in addition to a bachelor's degree, and then a PhD. Don't ask me why. During that time, many of them served as TAs for you all, so I'd like you to show them a little bit of love right now. And all of the audience, congratulate these people. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, if I can have the new doctors of pharmacy please stand. Audience, these are the new medication experts of the world. They've attended one of the very best colleges of pharmacy. They have learned from experts who are conducting research or advancing patient care in ways that are on the cutting edge of science and practice. Some of these experts are standing behind me today. PharmD graduates, I want you to know that graduating from this college comes with certain obligations and expectations. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you, but you are not just pharmacists. I said before, this school produces leaders in pharmacy, leaders in advancing innovative pharmacy practice, leaders in caring for patients and in safeguarding the public from medication misadventures. We produce leaders in community pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, managed care pharmacy, industry, and all settings where medications are produced, distributed, managed, or used. And by virtue of having graduated from UIC, you will be held to a higher standard by your patients, by your peers, by your employers, and most importantly, by your professors. I know you will not only meet but far exceed our expectations. So go out and lead the profession of pharmacy as you've been taught to do and as I know all of you are extremely capable of doing. Have fun while you do that, but never forget that you're from UIC. Congratulations, new doctors of pharmacy. Sit down.
You may be seated. Thank you all for sharing this great event in the lives of our graduates. I think it would be appropriate for the audience members once again to congratulate and honor these graduates with one final big, loud round of applause. Chancellor Amiridis, was that to your liking? Good. I would also like to take the time to thank those who have made this great event possible today: the College of Pharmacy Office of Student Affairs, the Dean's Office staff members, as well as the Pavilion staff and many others that you see before you. I think a round of applause would be appropriate for them as well. In closing, I would like to ask that the audience and graduates please remain seated until the platform party and faculty have recessed. This commencement ceremony is now adjourned. Have a good day.
Thank you.